mic is working. So now I'm gonna play some sandbox so I could create my own Jurassic Park. So let's see. Okay, Isa Nublar. Make sure Jurassic Park staff and guest. And let's see. No egg failures on. Dinosaurs disease. Maybe no. We don't need that. Dinosaurs injuries. And then their lifespan unlimited. Okay. Unlimited feeders on. And then dinosaurs danger to guests. Put on and then put on normal escape. And there we go, all dinosaurs. Then we'll make the fight and hunt. Okay, so let's see the environment. We're gonna add rare storms, and then the day cycles time of the day. I'm gonna put 1 hour. We're gonna make this flat so we can try something. Alright, so I'm gonna create my own Jurassic Park. Like not the one from the movie. Just gonna create my own. That have different dinosaurs. Need some water. I spilled it in my shirt. Okay, so we're gonna have a view of the area. So we'll be having some time to build this. Let's see. So now I'm at the visitor center. So the visitor center can be somewhere here. And then I have to create a path. And then let's see, make it medium. Put somewhere here. And I'm trying to build a path like around the visitor center. Let's see, put it somewhere right here. Alright, build a straight path right here. And let's see. And build the other straight path. Alright, so now I'm gonna probably add something. So let's see. I can add this right here. I do that later. So then we need a lamp post. Somewhere here. Okay, now we're gonna add another different lamp post. Somewhere here. And we're gonna add 3. There we go. So that's 3 of them. And then we're gonna add this Spinosaurus skull somewhere here. Let's see, what others do I need? Is there anything that I need somewhere here? I don't know what am I supposed to do with this. What about this one? Maybe not. Maybe some signs. Alright. Let's see. Oh yeah, this could work. Alright. So this could actually fit for the visitor center. Okay. What about some statues? So this one is for the Plaza Hotel. Oh, wait, let's see. Maybe not. So, wonder what else? Maybe props. And this is... I actually seen this is from the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, where the Indoraptor was in the cage. What about fountains? Let's see, where can we add this? Let's see, what about molecules? Yeah, maybe I got this somewhere. And yeah, we can add this one right here. Alright, now we're gonna make a design. Let's see, blueprints. Alright, that should work for the helicopter. Let's see, add the emergency shelter. Yep, right there. So they go nearby emergency shelter. Alright, let's see attractions. Animal encounter. Alright, let's see if I can add some water. Oh wait, we gotta fix this. Alright. This should be perfect, and just gonna add some plants. Plants for the water. So we're gonna add some sand. Okay. Maybe I could add some palm trees. Alright, let's see. Get some palm trees. Okay, and another palm trees. Okay, we're gonna add some plants and flowers. So the flowers right here. Okay. Let's see if we can add some more plants. Alright, build it around this water. Let's see, somewhere around here is that we can add some hotels. Making like a more advanced hotel. Alright, we add some hotels. And actually one hotel. We're just gonna add another hotel. Alright, we have a big hotel and a smaller hotel. And add another small hotel. Alright, we're gonna make a path. Alright, make this go straight. Okay. right? So you even add some rocks. Let's get rid of. Alright, that one's perfect. Okay, add some little plants. Okay, there we go. So this is what the area looks like. And then I'll focus on like building some dinosaur cages later. Let's see, I can add some restaurants. Let's see, small food. Let's see, what's this? This could work. And then the gift shop. I guess we'll do this. Okay, maybe I can add some statues to the hotels. How am I supposed to do this? Okay, maybe this is perfect. Alright, we made this T-Rex bigger. Okay. Let's see if I get this marketplace. Alright, we'll build another food restaurant. Alright, let's see. Let me get some walls. What about this? There's some fountains. See the fences. How about I check the blueprints? What about trims? Okay, what about this? Nothing there. Let's check the signs again. What about lights? Yeah, what about props? Oh, this is fossils. Oh yeah, we could definitely use this. Okay, then we have this. And the classic toilet. Maybe put some classic toilets right here. Build the porta potty right there. Okay, let me check the signs. So look for one sign that I like. Oh, it's this thing. build it somewhere else. Okay, then what else do I need? Then this could be somewhere here. Okay, and then build some trees. Okay, then what else? The science center. Okay, let's see if we can add the science center. Maybe add it. Yeah, maybe right here. Okay. Let's put a little bit of space so the helicopter can land. There we go. Okay, so we can build some attractions. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's see. Make sure this goes around. Alright, there we go. So now I have a hot air balloon for Jurassic Park. And let's see. A little movie theater. Put it right there. Okay, so maybe I can build a enclosure for the dinosaurs. Okay, and now let's build probably an enclosure. Okay, so build one of the fences right here. Okay, so we did it like this. We're gonna build some fences around the path. Alright, and then we'll build a gate. I guess a Jurassic Park style. Right. Okay, build fence straight. And we're gonna add some trees so no one can see them. Okay. Right here. Okay, so all we need is different dinosaurs. So let's see what kind of dinosaur we can put in this enclosure. And it needs some water. And maybe it needs a pool. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna add some trees. Alright, so let's see. What kind of first dinosaur that I'm gonna use? Maybe we got an Allosaurus. Maybe Allosaurus could work. Alright, we should build a path. Uh, let's see, the helicopter arrival. Alright. Put somewhere here. Alright, we build a path, but I'm gonna close down the park. Alright, we're gonna build a loop. put somewhere right here, and then make it to a shortcut. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm building so much trees. Alright, let's create dinosaurs. See, for female, we're gonna add this. And then for male, we're gonna make it similar. Let's see. Maybe something like that. And then what else? Alright, let's see. We're gonna add this to 25%. Alright. So add Allosaurus. And then dinosaurs for later. So maybe we got Carnotaurus. Alright, this is perfect. Alright, let's see. And lifespan. There we go. There we go. Now for herbivores. So for herbivores, we're gonna add, let's see, Struthiomimus is good. So that's for female. And now for male. Alright. This could be like this. And let's see. And their appetite. Alright, there we go. A Triceratops. The female. Alright, this could be work for the males. Alright, let's see. Offense. No. Let's see. Defense. Put 50. Alright, the lifespan at 50. There we go. And then we might need some velociraptors. We got the Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptors. And there are more. They look like tigers, like tiger velociraptors. Let's see. So their defense can be somewhere here. Fitness. And maybe I get Utah Raptors. So let's see. Lifespan 50. And their social ability 50. And right here 25. There's Suchomimus. Let's see, add the 1997 Stegosaurus. And let's see their patterns. This is perfect. Alright, the lifespan at 75. And Spinosaurus. Make it like the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, and then asset 87. Make a female version. So let's see, their lifespan 75. Let's see. Let's see, make Spinosaurus hates everything. Alright, there we go. And the Parasaurolophus. So these are the Dominions ones. So I wonder what the Parasaurolophus looks like in Jurassic Park. Maybe some green. And then blue lines. And the males. Green. Okay, the lifespan at 50. Social abilities. Alright, there we go. And then for the T-Rex. So do we need male or female? See, we got Rexy. And then we got the Cretaceous T-Rex. We got a little Edie, big Edie, and there's Doe, and there's the Jurassic Park T-Rex. And this one was from Jurassic Park 3, and this one Buck from The Lost World. Alright, I guess we can add the OG Rexy. So let's see, put it right there. And then for the lifespan, put it 100%. or make it strong. Alright, what do we have? We have Allosaurus, Carnotaurus. So for herbivores, we're gonna have Struthiomimus. There it is. And then we're gonna add the response facility. Alright, there we go. There we go. And then we're gonna add a little wetland. Okay, see, we're gonna add 2 Allosaurus and 2 Carnotaurus. See, 2 males and 3 females. Then we'll create a path. Alright. Let's see the Allosaurus. So release. And now those are the Allosaurus.
We should really try and mimic the natural environment these animals would thrive in. You'd be surprised how big an impact the right scenery and foliage can have.
And the female. And now we're gonna tranquilize them. See, add task. So go after the male and female. See, the Allosaurus is from the Jurassic period, and it is a predator and it's a carnivore, and they do hunt other dinosaurs. Alright, let's see. Alright, that's one more down to go. Alright, they're both tranquilized, so let's put them in their enclosure. Okay, all they need is food and prey. Alright, there we go. So now the game transport. So let's see if I can build a river.
Transportation underway. Assets being transported.
Alright, there we go. And then we can add some emergency shelters. Alright. So now they're transported to their enclosure. I just wish now I had some mods so I could turn the Allosaurus to the walking dinosaurs Allosaurus. So we see Big Al. They're gonna fight. Let's see them fighting. Alright, they're not gonna fight. Alright, we're gonna add the nesting. Alright, we're gonna add a male and a female. There we go. So that's their nesting ground. And then other enclosure that we could build a Carnotaurus. Alright. So now there's the male. And then let's see, what else can we build? Could probably build an aviary for pteranodons. See, we can add it somewhere here. So this is for the pteranodons. Alright, and then let's see. We get a view of the pteranodons. Here. Alright, there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have added a new aviary viewing gallery, ready for you to observe our amazing aviary.
Oh, there's a storm. There's probably gonna be a tornado. And then let's see. We can add some pterosaurs. Alright, let's see. We have the dimorphodons, pteranodons. And then we have Quetzalcoatlus. And as you see that pteranodons don't have teeth, but this pteranodons they do have teeth. Alright, so their lifespan 25. Okay, so that's for the pteranodons. And so there's 9 pteranodons. So make this each genders. So there's 2 males, 1 female, and 2 males and 1 female. And repeat the same thing. So let's check the Allosaurus. So let's build this so we can dry the nest. Let's see. Alright. I think that's perfect. And build rocks. So we put the rocks right here. And let's see if we can get some trees.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Allosaurus to the park.
And there's some flowers plants. Put some fishes for the pteranodons. Let's release the pteranodons. Release
Ladies and
more.
gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a pteranodon to the park.
Alright, let's create more path. There we go. And it's gotta be the enclosure for Carnotaurus. Alright, and then put some rocks so they don't escape. Okay. Build their small hill. Alright, and add a feeder, and then it's prey. There we go. Alright, let's release the Carnotaurus. Two Carnotaurus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome the Carnotaurus.
Yep, there's there's two carnosaurs. So there's a male and a female. So let's tranquilize them and put them into their enclosure. Alright, so we see all the patterns of the colors. And you see the difference of the horns. That one is pointy and one is less pointy. And it looks like they're gonna have a conversation or something. Oh, they're headbutting. Let's see this one. Alright, they are both tranquilized. So, let's put them to the enclosures. Alright, let's put them in the closure.
Asset to be collected.
Let's see, attractions. Alright, fossil zone right here. With
Ladies
other
and
attractions.
gentlemen, come and immerse yourself in the wonders of virtual reality with a visit to our cutting-edge VR suite.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to scale new heights with a visit to our unparalleled rock climbing center.
Alright, carnivores are transporting into their enclosure. Alright, let's see if we can build another enclosure.
Asset transported. Asset delivery confirmed.
Let's just do it like this. There we go. There we go. Let's see if I get some different dinosaurs in the enclosure. Oh yeah, we're adding Struthiomimus, and maybe we got the Triceratops. Alright, we're gonna add some water and shallow waters, so maybe they can swim. Alright, we're gonna add some hills. Alright, we're gonna add some ground fibers. Okay, so we're gonna add 2 males and 2 females. But now, let's release the Struthiomimus.
The Struthiomimus is another species that firmly establishes the connection between dinosaurs and birds. Even its name literally means ostrich mimic. The similarities are uncanny, right down to this animal having
There
a
we go.
beak
So
rather
there's
than
5
teeth.
Struthiomimus. So yeah, the Carnotaurs, there's 2 of them, so they're together. Oh, there's babies. And that's what they look like.
Aviary viewing gallery, ready for you to observe.
Alright, there we go. And then add it to the enclosure.
Collecting asset. En route to pick up the asset. Asset collection request received.
Alright, let's see, it is Carnotaurus. So it's just walking around, then it's going in water.
Asset being transported. Transportation underway.
Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. Let's see the contours. Gonna check something. Alright, so let's see. So Shruti is on its way to the enclosure. And then we're gonna release some Triceratops. So let's release them. Alright, there's 2 males and 2 females.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Triceratops to the park.
Alright, so the helicopter is gonna tranquilize them, and then we're gonna transport them to their enclosure with the Struthiomimus. Let's check the Struthiomimus. So there's 2 of them, and then 3 more to go. So 2 males are tranquilized, and then focus on the females. Alright, they're all tranquilized, so let's transport them. There we go. And let's check the pteranodons. And we're gonna add some nests. Alright, there we go. So we'll check on them later. We're gonna see what else do we gonna build. Maybe add some more hotels.
For your comfort, we've increased the hotel capacity.
Asset delivery confirmed.
And then we're gonna add the water.
Asset being transported.
Alright, there we go. So let's check the Triceratops. So this is the male. Alright, so wondering what other enclosure should I build? Alright, let's see. We do add a gate, Jurassic Park gate.
Delivery complete.
Alright. There we go. So
Asset
that's the
delivery
gate
confirmed.
of the Jurassic Park. We add some more stuff to the guest. We're gonna build a small drink academy. Alright, put it right there.
Confirming asset delivery.
Alright, let's see. We got a restaurant. Let's see. We got this right here. Let's see how it goes. So let's add a test. So let's see, first person view. So imagine this, I enter to the island to see dinosaurs. And then somehow I became rich and then made myself to build a theme park to make some enclosures about dinosaurs. And then I have some technologies. So let's see, we have the restaurant. And then we had some attractions. And then we enter to the Jurassic Park gate. And then there's some hotels. And then there's the visitor center. And then there's the hot air balloon tour. And there's the enclosure for Allosaurus. And then you go around the path. And then so you see Triceratops and Struthiomimus. And you see Carnotaurus.
Many natural systems
And then you go
fall
to the
into some
aviary
sort
with
of
a bunch of
hierarchy,
pterosaurs.
and dinosaur behavior is no different. The alpha should be easy enough to identify from observation alone.
There we go. Alright, there we go. And then we're gonna add this. And then we're gonna add this, the Paleo Medical Facility. Alright, and then we're gonna add this. Alright. And there we go. And then we're gonna add 2. Alright, let's see. And we got some water. And then we're at the shop right here. Alright. So everything looks good so far, and I'll work on this area later. Alright, create a path. Alright, I wonder what's next dinosaurs. Okay, so let's see. What other dinosaurs should I create? We could try T-Rex. So I guess we'll release the T-Rex. So we're gonna release Rexy. And let's see what else. Staff Center. So Staff Center could be here. Alright, so Rexy is female, so we're only gonna release Rexy. And turn this to day. So we can see Rexy. And restrooms we can add here. And then emergency shelter.
Is now open to use for nature calls.
Alright. We're gonna release Rexy in 4, 3, 2, 1. And never mind. We had to build her enclosure. We'll build a very large enclosure for Rexy. I think that's big enough. Now let's try again. Alright, there we go. And now for the other side. Alright, we're gonna add some more rocks. There we go. And let's see, we're gonna add a pool for Rexy. And we're gonna add some trees. Alright, let's see. Alright, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this stream, but I'll be right back. So let's see how I pause this. Ah, there we go. Alright, sorry I made you wait, but let me just change the day settings. Let's see, put in day. Oh, what's up, man? I'm just playing Jurassic World Evolution 3. So now I'm building the enclosure for Rexy. Right. Alright, so let's release Rexy. How's your puppet, Jeffy? Oh, he's doing fine. He's actually right here. So yep, there's Jeffy. You see? I told you I was taking care of him.
Tyrannosaurus Rex to the park.
What doing here, boy? Wanna see my pencil? In my nose. See? I'm taking care of Jeffy. So you don't have to worry about him. Alright, I'll put him down. Alright, so let's tranquilize Rexy and put her into her enclosure. You know, this is the 1993 T-Rex, and she is from the first Jurassic Park movie. And I almost forgot, we're gonna have to give her food, and then pray. Alright, she's tranquilized, so let's transport her.
En route to collect the asset.
So, how have you been? Great, I just spilled my water. That's good to hear. And I'm waiting for summer vacation, and I'm almost done with school. And so, in summertime, I'm just gonna hang out with you, Ian boy. I'm just gonna sleep over to your house, probably like a couple of days, and then maybe I'll come up to some plants with our grandparents. Yes, you know that. Remember last year that we went to the train trip with Grandma and then Grandpa, and I had to bring my sister Haley. And then speaking of Haley, she is graduating from high school, and then after that she's gonna like move to college, and she found a college that's really far away, but somewhere in California. It's probably somewhere on probably the east. Like, is it east or west? But the college, that one college, is almost close to the beach.
Asset delivery confirmed.
Are you going to miss her? Yeah, I'm gonna miss my sister, and I had to focus on being on my own since I've been in my school like for 2 years, and she's been there like for 4 years, because you only be in high school like for 4 years. And I remember that I was at my middle school, and I only been there for 2 years. So I've been in middle school for only like since 2022, and then my last day of middle school was at 2024. Okay, so the map so far is good. So now I have the visitor center. And maybe I can add some skeletons, like statues. Alright, we add the T-Rex skeleton. And I'm gonna add another skeleton. Let's see. Right there. So that's the skeleton of a Brachiosaurus or a Apatosaurus. What do you think it is, this skeleton? Is it a skeleton of a Apatosaurus or Brachiosaurus? What do you think? It does says it's a sauropod, and I know this one is a T-Rex skeleton. So Ian, what do you think this is? You think it's a Brachiosaurus? Do you think it's a Brachiosaurus? And then we have some Pteranodons. Oh, so it is a Brachiosaurus. Okay. Then we have some Struthiomimus. And then we have some Triceratops. And we have two Carnotaurus. So yeah, this is the male. And you see the horns. You see how the horns is like more pointy. And you see the other Carnotaurus is less pointy. So this one's a female. So let's see. I'm gonna rename this T-Rex Rexy. And my other plans for summer is that I'm going to see the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. And I'm very excited about that movie. And then other plans that maybe I can talk to the girl I like. Let me see if I can try to talk to her. Alright, let's see what else can I do. Maybe I can build something. Let's see. What about this? Oh yeah, I gotta work on the park tour. Yeah. Alright, let's see, I could work on the tour. Alright, so let's see, let's put it somewhere. Here. Alright, so let's build a track. Okay. And put this right here. And I'm gonna add a big rock so none of the dinosaurs can escape. Alright, and open the Jurassic Park gate. Alright. Let's see. We join a party. I think I can still stream. Let's see. Let me check the comment. Let's see. Where is it? Alright, let's see what you said. We join a party. I think can still stream. Yeah. Maybe you can join. You could join. So I wonder how that works. Like you joining the party so I can still stream. Alright, let's see. Okay, let me see if this is how I can talk. Let me just click on this. I can hear you, Ian. Let's see. How can I... Let me share my screen so you can see. Alright. Let's see. What am I supposed to do? Oh, hold on. FaceTime.